Gotta wax it up a little bit. Oh yeah, it's like that tonight. What's up? Did everybody have a good weekend? I know it's, I know we're right up on Wednesday and all that. Give it a break. R8RBEAR! Yeah, that's right. You can hear the difference, and you're gonna hear it in this show. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Let's go. It's your boy, Asaltante Oso, the bear you all know. Out of hibernation to entertain Raider Nation. Like it says on the brill. Brill? Brim. Yeah, same. Woo! Often imitated, never duplicated, bull with no hair that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! Woo! What? Woo! The Raider Bear! Raiders! Now I'm telling you, I'm going to show you right now. I love how adversity tastes. Adversity, struggle, I love that. You serve it up, hot, cold, either way, I'm taking it. Because it's energy like any other. It's like winning the gold or coming in dead last. They're both going to motivate you. Just how are you going to use the energy? You going to give up? Or are you going to go get it? I'm chin checking Raider Nation. I'm not playing. I'm so sick and tired of seeing the whining posts. People, shh. I want to say shut up, but I don't want to say shut up. I love my nation. But guys, come on. I know we're being hit by a lot, but come on, we knew what this was. We've got Gardner and AOC. We knew what this was. You know what I mean? They may give us a game like that, and they did. To think that this is shocking about Gardner Minshew is silly. You know what I mean? And you neutered the growth of AOC, and so you can't expect anything out of this roster right now. Not right now. I mean, expect. You can't expect anything. It doesn't mean you can't win, but you can't make any expectations because you might get what you just got against the Broncos. Alexa, stop, please. What's up, family? Welcome to the show. Biddity-boddity-boo. It's time again. Kurdish! R8RBEAR Live. First comment, woo, MVP tonight goes to the man, that emoji-making son of a gun that's made up his mind. He's drawn a line in the sand. He's becoming a man right before our eyes. He wants it. He can taste it. He's no longer satisfied by silver, no matter how much he may have dominated it. But tonight, the gold medalist, the middleweight champion of the world, Mark Vargas. Oh, Mark Vargas. The new, calm down, Jim, calm down. Someone restrain Jim. The new interim heavyweight champion of the world, Mark Vargas, who will now share the title with Jim Vanderland through the rest of this week. The person who wins the most golds from today on till Friday will be named champion. Oh, I'm just feeling it. Goosebumps. Second place, my silver medal goes to Essay, big dog! Essay, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Always lingering. I called it out. I knew you were just hovering on the edge like a shark, just waiting in your bow. And there he is with the silver medal tonight. Third place, my bronze medal goes to the reigning, defending heavyweight champion of the world, winning our bronze tonight, Jim Vanderlyn. Jim, you said it yourself. You put the belt out there, and the kid keeps winning. I need you to, get back to get back in the gym, give him a couple of these and one of these and one of those. It probably won't work. Mark's on a roll. But give it a shot, though. All right, on Facebook. What's up, Facebook family? Oh! The plot thickens yet again. First place, numero uno, el jefe from Facebook. My gold medalist tonight is not the heavyweight champion. Carlos Boykins. Carlos, man, tonight is the night of the up-and-comers, man. It is something tonight, and it's something tonight because I see the momentum, I see the youth in my medal round stepping out into the light and saying it's time for the two old guys to get out of the way. Tonight, I am naming Carlos Boykins the interim champion of the world. Facebook. I'm looking at you, Dustin King. It's time. Same rules as it is with Jim. The next 3 days, gotta get it up. Next 2 days, gotta get up on these boys. Second place, my silver medal, no doubt about it, Dustin King, your heavyweight champion of the world, who wasn't pushed all the way down to the bronze. At least he can say that, Jim. I like making it personal. Third place, my bronze medal goes to Lucky Paste. LP, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. That smooth, sultry, talking son of a monkey, who I happen to like. I met him in person. Cool dude. But with that, we move on to the shizzy. Now, what's really going on with Raider Nation? Now, we know that Davante Adams is going to be dealt in the next couple days. Now, why do we know that? We know that because we know that the deals have been coming in hot and fast to the Raiders. And remember, we talked about this on my show before it even broke on ESPN and all that stuff. If he's going to go somewhere, there's only so many teams that can really handle his contract, and there's only so many teams that are willing to maneuver their team to handle his contract. Now, what I mean by that is Davante Adams is owed roughly about $14 to $12 million still on his contract. He was basically getting $1 million a game, up or down some change. So, that being said, the thing that snared the deal up from being done today was the fact that the 2 or 3 teams the Raiders have been talking to want the Raiders to eat some of that money. And the Raiders are basically saying, no, we're not eating anything. If he wants this and you guys want him, pay up. I mean, you know what he brings to the table, blah, 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 blah. But honestly, I think this might expose Davante, and I feel bad for him to a certain extent because he has turned out to be soft. I mean, we've got the guy on video recorded now, and it's not AI, okay? A sideline mic caught him saying, I've never been hit this much in my life. I don't like getting hit like this. I want to go somewhere else because I'm tired of getting hit like this. I just thought that sounded awful soft. I mean, it's football. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to overplay the macho thing because, in a way, that's what it is. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's tough. You know what I mean? He's in the NFL. But, come on, man. I don't know if that was the thing to say. You know what I mean? I don't like being hit so much. I mean, it's football. Now, what does he mean? Obviously, we know what he means, but for those of you who don't, I'll just give you a brief description. What he means is that the quarterback What he means is that the quarterback situation in Las Vegas doesn't throw the ball open. So in other words, he's not running to a ball that is at a point where he's running out in front, can catch the ball, and then have sight lines and move and run around. Most of the time, our quarterbacks are just sort of hitting him right in the chest where he's at. And so Devontae's having to stop, catch the ball, and then the defender's able to catch up because he's lost his speed at that point, and so he's getting drilled. And that's on, sometimes bad throws. He's trying to catch when he's getting nailed, so on and so forth. So he has an argument. It just sounded bad. I just, maybe he didn't know the mic was there, but even if there wasn't, I just don't know if I'd ever say that to a teammate. I don't like being hit this much. I mean, I'm quoting him. He said, I don't like getting hit this much. I mean, who does? You know what I mean? But it's football, man. You're supposed to go with the team. You're with us. You know what I mean? Give us what you got. Now people are looking back at the tape and saying, oh, maybe the person making business decisions was that guy dropping balls he shouldn't, not, laying out for balls to catch and things like that, and just sort of giving up on things. And I just don't know, man. It looks bad. It looks like it's just as much about him as it ever was about Jack Jones. And, think about it. We all decided it was Jack Jones. The press decided it was Jack Jones. Social media decided it was Jack Jones. I don't ever remember anyone saying Antonio Pierce said Jack Jones. I don't remember that. Suddenly there was video found of Jack Jones kind of getting and one mixtape crossovered. He was running in to make a tackle, and then he looked like his hips, like he went to get down low, like to hit someone, and then the angle was wrong, and then he kind of went sideways and stayed out of the damage. In reality, the dog pile at that point was already beginning to happen. The guy wasn't going anywhere. But if you look at every tape, you can always find someone that is about to lay a hit and then kind of pulls up at the last second because they don't want to take that shot or deliver it if they can avoid it. You're trying to elongate your career here. You know what I mean? So, not to mention, it's a shutdown corner. You can't have him banged up. You can't ask a cheetah to keep playing like a cheetah if you're banging up his arms and legs. I'm just saying. Anna Diaz, I'm not sure what Wilkins had surgery on. After I saw the fact that he was out for the season, I was just disgusted. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm here, and I'm telling you right now, I'm here to chin check Raider Nation because we got to calm down with all this doom and gloom, man. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see why it's so different now. Devontae wants to leave. Okay, so what? We'll get more trade assets going into this next draft. Guys get to elevate up. We get to look in free agency at other guys. Maybe make someone be a part of the deal by moving Davante Adams. That might also be part of what's extending the deal getting done because other teams are making offers like that. There was something on the table with Pittsburgh and the Steelers, and I don't think that was ever going to go through. But I do know that when we saw that on ESPN, I went behind that and I researched it, and it was a real thing. The Steelers and the Raiders were talking, and that was a real thing. But I don't think that's a fair trade. I mean, you have to remember, Russell Wilson, by most people's standards, was washed up 2 teams ago. Remember, Seattle let him go almost they just said bye, get out. This is a guy that won you a Super Bowl, almost 2. Were not for a bad call by the coach who fired him. It's true, he ruined that second Super Bowl. But anyway, that's enough. That's enough. So when you guys have questions about Davante Adams, I'll answer them. But I'm not talking about Davante Adams anymore because I'm uninterested. I want to move on, and I want to get to the fact that we're going to get to see some of our depth come out onto the field and start to play hard. Like Tommy Eichenberg, the kid from Ohio State, the Buckeye that I told all you sons of monkeys woo, was going to be like the pretty boy Romanowski. He's like the new age Bill Romanowski. The kid's a hitter. He's smart. He's strong. He's fast. He's already showing a nose for the ball. The staff already is crazy about him. He's going to be on the field more as a result of injury but he's winning a job. He is winning a job because he's playing at a high level as a pup. He's Brock Bowers at linebacker, we're finding out. He's nice, man. He sheds. He doesn't let guys block him. He gets guys off of him. He plays the run. He's tough. I already liked him, but his debut these last couple games has been nice. Anna Diaz, I agree the news has not said who's going to be the starter this weekend, but I would say this. I think that you have to stick with Gardner Minshew. I do. And even though I like AOC more, and I do, I felt like he got jobbed because Devontae Adams wanted to get the ball thrown to him by an experienced veteran, and so he forced the hand of Antonio Pierce. This is just me reporting. I'm not saying my source. I'm not saying what I'm saying. I can confirm. I'm just telling you, Aiden O'Connell should have been the starter this season. Everyone last season wanted Aiden O'Connell to be the starter, and it's one of the first things AP did that a lot of the locker room was confused about. So Gardner Minshew got the job. Everyone's supporting him because he's a Raider. We want him to win. I want him to win. And so now the veteran's got the job. If you pull him out again, and like this time you pulled him out in the middle of the game, that's not as big a deal. If you pull him out in the middle of the game because he doesn't have it, That's not a big deal. You can put him out in the next game, and the matchup is totally different. Maybe he slings the rock all over the place. Maybe the running game gets going, and suddenly our problems are behind us. We got to calm down. That's basically what I'm trying to say to Raider Nation, is take a deep breath. I realize we've got some injuries, but it's all happened early. We're going to be able to look into free agency. We're going to be able to bring people off the practice squad. We're going to be fine. Take a deep breath. Miguel Garcia, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. 559 Fresno, Kakalaki. I like that picture. Armand Gonzalez Jr. said that they are going with Gardner Minshew. Stephanie Moreno, what's up, girl? Welcome to the show. Jason Morales, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Alon Bush, that's my guy right there. Sign Ryan Tannehill. Jason, I made fun of Ryan Tannehill for a long time. I don't know if you know this, but when he originally came into the NFL, he was a wide receiver, and then they converted him. The Miami Dolphins converted him to a quarterback because he played it in high school, and the Dolphins were in trouble and they needed someone, and he went out there and he played halfway decent. When you consider he hadn't played and thrown the ball in a very long time, he went out there and he did well. So they started working with him. Meanwhile, he's become a legit quarterback, and I've never seen that at the NFL level. Never. Try to look around the stories in the news and try to find a time where a guy came up from college as a wide receiver, and you want to convert him to a quarterback in this day and age with defenses that flex and change from a 3-4 to a 4-3 to a nickel in the blink of an eye and confuse quarterbacks, and that guy prospered through that? Ends up taking the job at the Titans, wins there. So I have mad respect for the guy. I used to laugh, and I really did. I just said, come on, man, how are you going to convert a wide receiver? It's ridiculous. And then he played well for the Dolphins. I said, well, he'll go to the Titans, he'll get exposed, and then he played well for the Titans. So I'm shutting up now about that guy. He can play. Now, having said that, no, I don't really want that, because if you bring him in, he is a legitimate starter now. He would deserve, a 3 or 4 year deal, not some 1 year prove it or something like that. You'd have to really give him a deal. And I don't want him like that. You know what I mean? I'd much rather we just go after our next young quarterback. It's better to shoot and miss and then just play the season and just try to do your best than it is to me to keep cashing out and spending all this money on free agents. And then if guys get hurt and the chemistry's not right and suddenly you're still not winning even though you spent money, it's stupid. John Rogers said, support the bear. Brother, I really appreciate that. And it reminds me to remind all of you to subscribe to Raider Bear Live. Now, on YouTube, it's totally free. So if you would, just click on that little like and subscribe button. And if you would, hit the bell so it reminds you when I'm going to be on. And it would help me with the algorithm, and I would really appreciate it. As far as Facebook, with Facebook, I fight with your coinage to help charities all over the world, like the Kind Fund, Kids in Need of Desks, PFA, Punks for Autism, who creates some of the coolest shirts in the world. And when you buy a shirt from Punks for Autism, the money from the proceeds from your shirt goes directly to autism research. Almost every penny, because the shirts and the art were given for free by artists all over the world. I wish I could tell you more about that because it's so dope. But these shirts, you'll never find anyone that has the art. They can't just run out and buy it. The only person that has the shirts you buy from Punks for Autism is Punks for Autism. It's really cool. And the art is by tattoo artists, painters. There's a guy from Russia on there that's supposed to be some kind of famous painter. He heard about it, and his daughter has autism, and he immediately offered himself up for free. He said, just give me your information. I'll send you something cool. And he drew something up for them, and it's incredible. Oh, Travis Kelly, I feel for you, brother. Hang in there. Anthony J. Zirkle, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Mwah. Travis Kelly, love you, brother. Much love. Prayers up. Jeff Gibbs, what's up? Welcome to the show. So, see, I honestly, I would rather see what the rest of these guys are going to do with the rest of the year and see who's really going to continue to play Raider football. I don't understand what's changed. What's changed? We still have a coach that's chin-checking this entire roster. I love it. And if you guys think this roster, as it stands, is going to stand, it's not. Next year, there's going to be defensive guys let go. There's going to be guys traded. He's not playing. And I love it. I want him. I said it once before. I want AP to treat this like John Madden football. As long as Tom Telesco can fit it in the budget, go get a dude. Look what he did with Jack Jones. See, we don't even talk about that. The guy just went out and went, hey, guys, I'm going to go get this kid I know, Jack Jones. And he just shows up, and he's a shutdown corner. And a dangerous one that gets interceptions for 6. And, okay, and then now Jacorian Bennett is becoming a shutdown guy himself. Only a handful of guys have even made catches against the secondary. Come on, man. We're in great shape. We got to take a deep breath. Kevin! I got to take, speaking of taking a deep breath. Hi, honey. Hi, boys. Appreciate you. Much love. Charlie Rockwhite and the tank goes on, Brother Bear. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Bring in Saleh to replace Patrick Graham as defensive coordinator. Okay, honestly, Jesse Parker, that would be a bad idea. That would be a bad idea. Patrick Graham is not the problem. Personnel availability is the problem. You got a guy hurt over here, then you get a guy hurt over here, then you got to get over here, and then the guy leaves the team. And we can't put that on Patrick Graham. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. He's a good defensive coordinator. A lot of people don't know this, but throughout the preseason, there were at least 3 teams that reached out to the Raiders to ask if they could interview him for a head coaching position. So now some people would shine that on as, oh, they just wanted him to, help a team get respect for the Rooney Rule. So it was just really bringing in a guy to, interview a black person. And it was just to satisfy the rule, which we all know happens. But in this instance, Mark Davis said no. And a lot of the reporters basically said that he probably got the sense that they weren't asking for it to just be about the Rooney Rule. They were really going to offer him a job. Frank Zander, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Well, Frank, first of all, the offensive line blocked better. We still had some problems, but the offensive line blocked better. And I don't know how many of you noticed it, but part of what's been slowing us down is this zone blocking style that Luke Getsy wants to teach. And I don't know if AP gets credit for this or not. I don't know if Luke Getsy just adjusted, but he's not calling for that type of zone blocking every play now like he was to start the season. He's starting to let them go in there, and when he puts in certain packages, he's letting our guys come off the line, explode, and pop people in the mouth instead of always jumping into your stance, kind of backpedaling like a ballerina as fast as you can, and then trying to catch the man in front of you like you're a catcher's mitt catching a baseball. Which, I don't mind that style if you have guys for that. But we don't have guys for that. We have furniture-moving sons of monkeys, big dudes, powerhouses, that he's asking to go twinkle toes. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not saying the style's not good. I just don't think it fits what we're doing and what the guys we have been used to doing. So Anthony, if it may not sound like it, that's actually, I'm giving you good news. I'm saying basically Luke Getsy's starting to adjust now. Some of the things they talk to you guys, and I've heard fans say fire Luke Getsy. I've heard people say be patient. I'm giving you the in between. I'm saying Getsy could get fired this season if the offense keeps sputtering. But we didn't see that. We saw the offense get off to a pretty good start. So his writing of the offense in the start was pretty good. And then for whatever reason, we had some implosion and mistakes happen. Remember, we were about to go up 17-0 when he threw the pick six. And I don't know how many people saw that, but Brock Bowers was wide open. And had he hit Brock Bowers, he would have caught it. He was inside the 5. He would have turned in. And I guarantee you, nobody was going to keep Brock Bowers out of the end zone. Instead, he got greedy. He tried to throw it to the wide receiver behind him who was already in the end zone. And what happened. The defensive back ran in front of him, got the interception, and ran it all the way back. Now, that killed us. That killed us. Because once that happened, it messed with Luke Getsy's script. Now, I don't know how many of you noticed that, but that's right when that happened. And remember, it still happened pretty early in the game, and yet it threw a wrench into what we couldn't recover from the rest of the game. Well, why is that? I don't want to get out on a limb too quick and kill Luke Getsy. I'm just going to be honest about this. It looked to me like he's the kind of guy that needs to front run. He needs a cushion. If he gets points to start the game, he kind of calms down and feels like, okay, now I can open up the playbook. I don't have to worry about running too much. I don't have to worry about just throwing short and safe. I can take some risks and I can do some stuff. But when the other team scores, it's like his sphincter tightens up, man. I'm not happy. Yeah, Reyes Antonio, I was bothered by him going down, by the news of him going down, but I gotta say, I feel like it still gives us a chance to look at this roster and still crack heads the rest of the way. For example, what if it gets to the Chiefs-Raiders game, the first one, and they're still undefeated? No one knows. I'm telling you, nobody would see us coming. Nobody. The Chiefs wouldn't see us coming. The fans wouldn't see us coming. Vegas wouldn't see us coming. They would all see this as, oh, look, the Chiefs are a lawnmower and the Raiders are grass. Okay, come here. I'm serious. I don't care how hurt we are. I don't care how deep we have to go into the bench. We will give them this business. Now it'll be more difficult. It's going to be more difficult, but, you know. John Rogers Jr., what's up, man? Welcome to the show. I don't know if I would do all that. If you do that profile picture is dope. If you do all of that, if you get rid of the quarterback or one of them and Devontae, you're just basically telling the fans that you're quitting on the season. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I know some Raider fans that are fine with that. You know what I mean? They feel like, what difference does it make if we come in 6th or 12th? You know what I mean? Just do the best you can and then start making adjustments to the roster right now. They should be making trades and trying to get more draft picks right now. That's what I would do. Now, if they go into these next couple games and they keep losing, then, you know, then I would say, okay, you know, now remember, that's not tanking. I don't want the Raiders to tank. I still want them to try to win football games. But it's unrealistic to expect the coach, for example, to be aggressive or call deep throws and things like that when he knows, you know, he doesn't have the personnel for that right now. You're going to get your quarterback killed because he has to hold the ball longer to get those routes, you know, to where he can really throw the ball. John Rogers Jr., no, you're right, Bear. This is football, and it's a Raider football. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to call him a Nancy, and I don't care what year he was recorded saying that. I don't care what year it was. You just don't say that. Adams got crushed on several times last year because Garoppolo threw suicide balls to him. Yeah. Trade Adams, AOC, and Gardner Minshew. I don't even care what we get for all three. Laugh out loud. The tank goes on. Charlie Rockwhite, I don't think this is tanking. I think that our line is not playing well right now. We're getting guys hurt, you know, and it's affecting how we play. Bad play calling Getsy needs to go, I'm assuming. Frank. I believe that they have a flag football league if he doesn't want to get hit. I mean, I'm saying. Kim Calhoun said, I got to say, I believe that the games are rigged. Kim, I don't want to go all the way to rigged. I will say this. Do the refs help certain teams like the Chiefs and the Ravens and Dallas because of ratings? The Niners because of ratings? Absolutely. Absolutely. But yet you see the Niners losing. You know what I mean? You see Derek Carr, the handsome young Ken doll quarterback with the Saints. They're losing after a cracker start, you know. Lose. You know what I mean? So, everyone got on me today, too, which they always do, because there's always a certain amount of people who just literally love Derek Carr. And they want to defend him even when no one's attacking him. Although I kind of put foots in him, but I mean, it was gentle foots. You know, but truth be told, I told you this after those two huge wins. He had 44 points scored in 2 games. That was a Saints record, and everyone on the internet was going crazy. Derek Carr and the Saints. Oh, they're going to the Super Bowl, and I was the one that came on immediately and threw cold water on all of that. And what happened? LLL hurt. It's what he is. It just is what he is. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback. I'm saying he's got a certain amount of jinxed on him. And at this point now that his body's been banged up a few times, broken bones in his arm, broken bones in his hand, broken bones in his back, broken bones in his leg. You know, these all happened. You know, concussions, so on. He doesn't look like the same guy. I don't know if you've seen him throw balls where he's just in his T-shirt and he's out there throwing at their camp. He doesn't look the same. I'm not saying that he looks fat, but he doesn't look as toned as he looked with us. He's on vacation. This is his retirement, pay. Whatever happened to Dylan Laube? That is the Bears' new trigger question. I don't know what happened to Dylan Laube. I don't know why they won't give the guy a chance, especially when your running back room got a little bit shook up there. I don't know what's going on. I want to join everyone and blame Luke Getsy, but I don't get it. I do not get it. I don't get it. It makes no sense. The guy can ball. He's shown great speed. He's smart. Other scouts were seeing and going, man, this guy can play. Who's he going to end up with, man? Because that guy can play. They were going on and on about him at the combine. Scouts were calling him a black sheep, that whoever got him was going to get a star and suddenly be like, whoa, we got that guy for the price of a used car? Yeah. Guess who it was? Us! And we're not using him. It makes no sense to me. Everyone say a little prayer for me. I have shingles. Hopefully we caught it early enough to recover by the 27th. Oh. Anna, my first supporter ever. First, Anna, I'm sorry. Second, I've had it. It's the worst thing I've ever experienced. I won't lie to you. It was absolutely, oh, God, it was horrible. It was horrible. I got the marks like people do across your chest and all that stuff, and I would get sweaty and then start shaking, and then sweaty and then start shaking. It just hot, cold. It was nuts. I'm sure this is all totally interesting. Andy! Pinky forward. From the land of whiskey and crumpets. That's right, my guy, all the way in the European, wherever he is. I think he's in Britain. But you got to tell me where you are again, because I'm forgetting and I need to remember that. Kenny Blair. If we have a 500 or less season, will AP keep his job? I'm on Team AP and would like to get the first or second quarterback in the draft next year. Well, Tom Telesco is not the kind of guy who moves up. And he showed that in this last draft. He just basically went pick, right where we were supposed to deal, and really didn't make much moves. So, if any, if I recall, I don't think he made any moves. But, maybe little ones afterward, but you know what I mean. He never moved up. So, obviously, I think most of us believe that we're going to have to move up. I don't think any of us believe we're going to have a top 5 pick. Even if the NFL said we were going to have a top 5 pick, it would somehow end up being a number 9 or... or a 7 or something like that, and we'd be just out of the bidding. Although I'm not as sold on Shedeur Sanders as other people are. I get the sense from Deion Sanders that he would sell us a lemon, like LeBron is with the Lakers and Bronny. Oh man, did I just piss off a lot of Laker fans? Bronny, Laker. I wasn't gonna say loser. Laker. But I don't know if I'm sold on Shedeur Sanders. And I'm not saying he can't play. Obviously the guy can play. But is he going to really read defenses? Is he going to be the kind of guy that's going to stay in the pocket and not fade and want to run too often? You know, I see Caleb Williams, but maybe not quite as mentally ready. Because wouldn't you say Caleb Williams so far has turned out to be a little better than some of the scouts thought he was? They really thought he was kind of a head case, and that Jaden Daniels was the real, our quarterback that's playing in Washington. Son of a... Troy Gill said AOC should be the starting quarterback. Personally, Troy Gill, you lose your starter. And Gardner Minshew is the veteran. He was named the starter. You got to let him play this out. See, because if you do, that fills him with confidence, and now we get less interceptions and more confident throws and play. Maybe then when we get a win, he can stick his chest out again. Because, we know this about Gardner Minshew, okay? I'm telling you. I've seen a lot of the video of him with us, and you're seeing his head held down, and he looks sad, like he's going to a friend's funeral. I want to be clear. Gardner Minshew is not quitting. That is not quitting. That is not fear. He's upset because he wanted to come out of the gate for Raider Nation. That's the energy you're seeing on his face. See, I'm telling you, I told you guys I was going to chin check Raider Nation tonight, and I'm doing it. Okay, because you got to stop with this Gardner Minshew stuff. I may have wanted AOC to be first. I picked him coming out of college, and then the Raiders picked him. It was a romance made in heaven. Bear, Raiders, AOC, let's go. And then we picked him. And then we gave him the runaround, and Josh McDaniels, torpedoed his confidence. You can be the starter. One bad game. No, you can't. Go sit down. And never saw the field again until McDaniels got fired. Then Coach AP puts him in, and he wins 5 games. Scores more points in one of those games than any Raider quarterback in history. Just all I'm asking you to do is let that marinate for a second. Now I'll be honest, put all cards on the table because I can already feel someone doing it. He also had one of the only games where there was no point score in the modern era. He's a kid, but he showed potential. I'm not concerned with L's. I'm concerned with W's. And he went out there and threw out one of the biggest ones we'd ever seen. Steven Shaw! Steven Shaw, I just sent you something in the mail. And Corinna Trujillo, I just sent you something in the mail. It went out today. I have a tracking number and all that stuff, so I'll try and go in your inbox and send you that. Bear, stop it. Since our last Super Bowl appearance, we haven't been relevant. Eric Bell, I will not stop it because I love the nation. I don't care when we were relevant last. There are dozens of teams that have not been relevant as long or way longer. Raider Nation. I tell people all the time, and I'll say it again the same way, so I'll keep it brief. You have to act like when you're going to your son or your nephew's Wii football game in junior high school or high school. Whether they win or lose, you're clapping and smiling, and you still take them out for pizza and Slurpees later. But you got to keep that energy for them because you love them. You don't want to show them that you feel their pain. You want to show them that you love them and that you're proud of them, even when they lose because they gave it their all. But you can't win every game. No one wins every game. I used to burn that in my kids' heads. You know what they say, son? They say you can't make shots you don't take. You want to know something else about that? You can't win games if you keep thinking about the shots you missed. Take shots. If you missed, so what? Get the ball, do it again. And do not hesitate, or I will sit you down. I'm not joking. I said that to my own son. He was playing point guard for my team. We lost 1 game out of 12. After I said that to him, we lost 1 game. I said, come on, man. They need you. Gannon said get back to the basics. And like you said, see the next man up. Start and see what we have in them. Just play smart football. There's too much talent on this team to be playing like this. Just play Raider football. We have the defense. Just don't know why this offense can't get it together. Well, Fide Galvan, welcome to the show. And I got to, that's a cool profile. You guys have all these great profile pictures. I got to tell you, brother, it takes longer than that to install an offense where everyone's on the same page. But the key is that we have seen great things with Luke Getsy working with Brock Bowers, the crossing route patterns he's been using where you take two deep and then you run someone into that zone quickly to give someone that quick flood throw pass that Gardner Minshew was making lunch with, for a little while there, but then they kind of got away from calling that play, which I don't understand. But I think the play scheme and the guys will get better as the season goes on and they'll acclimate more. But I think it's unfair for us to go crazy and act like there's something wrong with the team and the offensive coordinator because they haven't got down his offense that's brand new to them. It's brand new. You know what I mean? And so just a lot, and you're going through a lot with young guys, and it's a lot. I don't like making excuses because it sounds like it's just a lot of excuses, but I'm trying to explain honestly why we can turn this around this season. And as far as AP getting fired, no. When people ask me that, the answer is immediately no. And the reason why is because every time you fire a head coach, you're completely starting over. Every time you're starting over, you're not winning. You're not winning when that happens. If you start over, you're not winning. It means you're bad. And so for me, we thought of AP as a rebuild. That's why we all got excited when he got on, even though Josh Jacobs was out. When you pull out the Josh Jacobs regime, now you have to bring in AP's people, and they're all still getting used to each other. You know what I mean? AP was on the roster, but he wasn't the head coach. You know what I mean? Now they're all getting used to him being the boss, and to be honest with you, he's doing it the hard way. He is rattling some cages. He has some guys in the locker room, and some pro players, retired guys saying, you got to keep stuff like that in the locker room. Got to keep it in the locker room. When in reality, he did. All he said was his guys are out there making business decisions. He didn't say the guy's name. He said guys are out there making business decisions. Now that rattled people and it made them uncomfortable. Good. If you want a soft coach, go to Santa Clara. Is that what the Niners are now? Put in foots in ya. Okay? Figure it out. SC, not SF. You look stupid. Watching them regress has been delicious. I'm sorry, am I getting off topic? Just for 10 seconds. Watching the Niners regress like this has been just barbecue chicken. And what's worse is they're going to take another couple L's like they did early in the season. They're probably going to barely get into the playoffs, and then they're going to get wiped out. This guy Shanahan, I told all of you, Anna Diaz, Shane Street, Bob Standard, Jim Vanderlyn, Mark Vargas, Glenn Medina, Corinna Trujillo. I know you guys remember me saying this. I know you do. It's just so tiresome. We wait all year, and then it's, Eric Bell, I got to say to you, I understand your frustration. I really do. I'm frustrated. But I say to fans all the time, if you just decide, well, I'm not going to be a Raider fan. Okay, first, who are you going to be a football fan of? Because, in other words, I think there's only one of two things you can do. You either change teams or you stop watching and rooting for football. Now, I'm not telling you that's the only options you have. I'm just saying, to me, that's how it looks. If you say, well, I'm not going to be a Raider fan anymore, well, then who are you going to be a fan of? The Chiefs? Do they need to be a winner? You can go there. How about the Saints? You can follow Derek Carr. That makes a little sense. He's a former Raider quarterback, right? He'll probably only be there another 2 years because he's getting injury prone already. He's got guys on the roster punching him in the middle of games. Look it up. It happened. I know. I come off like a car hater, I know. But I get so sick and tired of when we lose a good player and then Raider Nation panics like, he's not going to play good somewhere else now, is he? He's not on a team that could end up in front of us where he could embarrass us, is he? Are we going to be on their schedule this season? Will Derek be able to come back and beat us real bad? No! Why would he suddenly be able to get it done for someone else when he couldn't get it done for us? It's S.A. Big Dog Brigham Bradley's son. Oh, okay, right on. And let's see what he has. He might be better than what we have. You know, honestly, I like Bradley. I really do. I think he's got the prototype body of a young quarterback, 6'3", 220, good height, good build, tough, big enough muscular-wise to take hits, but not so big that he thinks he's Cam Newton and he's going to charge people like Cam did. He's going to avoid contact, but he's got the legs. He can get out there and, get you 7, 12 yards when you need him to. So I'd like to see that, but it'll only get to that if we're really losing bad. Bear, have you seen or heard anything that would explain why Dylan Laube hasn't seen the field, at least as a kickoff or a punt returner? Just bad coaching. That's all. It's bad coaching. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, I can show you articles where reporters this season were talking about how good Dylan Laube looked at camp. That he was oohing and ahhing his teammates with catches he was making and blocks he was lining up and then taking off and scoring at practice. You know what I mean? And guys were, whoo, damn, who is that, Dylan Laube? And then crickets. I don't know. I can't understand why the offensive coordinator saw that guy doing the things he did and you wouldn't put him in. Bear, did you see that New York Jets fired the head coach, bring him over to replace Patrick Graham as the DC? I don't like that idea. Why would he suddenly be better at running defense for us than he was for the Jets? The Jets were all right, but their defense was starting to regress a little bit. Now, that has to do with the fact that they were out there for too many snaps because of the offense, so I know. But so it was a quality defense he was calling. And he was one of the guys that was the architect of when the Niners had one of the best, if not number one, defenses in football when he was there. But that, again, is another rebuild thing. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. I don't know why you would block other teams from talking to Patrick Graham if you were that solid on him just to go out and get Saleh. I just don't know. Or Saleh, or whatever his last name is. Covering the truth! Hello! Thank you, Corinna. Much love. Always supporting R8RBEAR Bear. What's up, Shane Street? That's my guy right there. Please pray for my wife having some medical issues right now. Thanks, Bear. Much love, Glenn. And good luck. I hope that everything works out for you. I really do. Harold Donnell Gear Sr. looking all slim and dapper. He's not the GM, Bear. Tom Telesco is. I know that. I'm just saying he's got to get together with Tom and they got to be aggressive. I don't know what to think about this team, Bear. It's driving me crazy. Well, what you have to remember is we were playing a Bronco team that had won their last 3. They were kind of figuring themselves out. It wasn't like it was the Bronco team that started the season 0-2 and with their guy Bo Nix throwing 2 interceptions in back-to-back games, 2-2. He had 4 interceptions in 2 games. So I saw those stats, I saw those highlights or lowlights, and I thought he was going to run into the buzzsaw with us, but then he won, and then they faced us, and they played solid football because we punched him in the mouth, and then we couldn't finish. It's time to go with AOC. Uncle Rico's playing too scared to not make a mistake. He used to have that gunslinger baller mentality whenever he played. Being the de facto QB1 on a high-profile team is too much for Minshew. Is it too much for him, Lucky, or is the team choking him? It feels like Luke Getsy and AP said in the press, back before we'd even played a game yet, when he was rolling out in the preseason, they said he's rolling out too much. And then you saw him in the first 2 games almost not roll out at all. And then the first game he started to come back and started to look like himself, that we won the game, he was rolling out. I don't understand. I've never seen a coaching staff make so many errors early on. And I attribute most of it to Luke Getsy because most of it's play calling poorly, obvious, personnel leaving Dylan Laube on the bench, not using Amir Abdullah enough, not using Alexander Madison enough when you see Zamir White ain't got it. Now, it's hard to know if a guy's got it or not unless you let him get a lather. So to me, Zamir White's got to start the game, and you got to give him 10 snaps. Let him get his 10 snaps. Now, if after 10 snaps he hasn't shown anything, he's averaging 2 yards a carry, that kind of thing, then that's it. You go to Alexander Madison and Amir Abdullah and Dylan Laube the rest of the way, and you mix and match those players as best they fit to the plays you're going to call. Bear, you and I are in our 50s. How much longer can we say next year? I will say it forever, Harold. I don't mind. I don't mind telling you that there isn't a loss where I'm going to say that's it. I don't. I'm not built like that. You know what I mean? This is what it is, Raider Nation, and that's it. It's that or nothing else. Doc Raider, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Hope you've got your feet up in a good beverage and you didn't have to go into Washington today. Or the pit of hell, I believe you call it. R8RBEAR, it goes without saying that Davis is not the brightest bulb in the circuit. But that being said, if Pierce can't turn around this year, I look for him to be gone. That's not fair. I don't know of any head coach that you give half a season or 1 year and decide he's fired. I don't like it. It looks bad. It makes us look unprofessional. It's stupid. If you've, not you, but if you've made the decision, you can't hem and haw if you do see progress. Brock Bauer has looked nice. The offensive line, while it still has problems, has gotten a little better since they started to show some flexibility and allowing the offensive line to play sometimes where they just explode and play against the defensive lineman in front of them. And if they can start to combine those things, and Gardner Minshew can take a deep breath, calm down, deliver the ball, help the running game, scramble when you see it, and that's it. Get your slide here and there and try to complete things when we get inside the red zone. That's it. That's it. I would go to him and I would just simplify it for him. Don't worry about throwing the 40-yard bomb unless you really want to and you see it. If the pocket feels good, good. But if it doesn't, throw it underneath. Go to Brock or go to one of the running backs. But don't feel like we expect you to do anything. Play the game organically. Just go out there and be the guy we brought in here. And the reason we brought you in, what we saw you doing in Indianapolis, it was impressive. He was playing off the seat of his pants. He was being wild. He was taking chances and winning. So I'd like to see him do that for us, and he won't until they leave him alone. Mark Davis just needs to sell the team, plain and simple. Yes. No, that's it. You said plain and simple, so you're getting plain and simple. Yes, I agree. Everything like this rots from the top down. It just does. If you don't like what's happening with AP and he turns out being a bad coach, who hired him? And I don't want to hear, I had one person tell me the other day, he said, well, we as the fans, we begged Mark Davis to do it. So what? It's his job to make the right call, not ours. We're fans. I like AP. He's an experienced former player. He has a Super Bowl ring. He's been aged and experienced. He's been in the league as a coach for a few years. He didn't just leave and go sit on his couch like Gannon, and then Gannon takes a flight, shows up and wants to be offensive coordinator until he finds out what the hours are, and then quits famously on a plane with his cell phone right after he said he'd take the job. He didn't have the nards, the cojones, the marbles, to say in front of them, it's too much, I don't want the job. He like texted them or called them from a plane or whatever. It was ridiculous. Glenn Medina, you don't have to apologize to me. I'm kind of on board with the Getsy thing too. I do think he sucks. The problem is, though, we hired him. He just got here. It's a brand new offense. And now his play calling, now that I can't. I have no patience with that. But by the way, part of that could go on the players. We'll never know because they'll never tell us. But part of that could be on the players. He can't go deep in the playbook if he doesn't believe his personnel knows what he's calling, especially when it's being called out of audibles and things like that. It's tough, guys. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I know I'm coming off like an apologist. But when you have to factor in personnel, audibles, knowing the playbook, the new offensive blocking scheme, this was bound to happen, to have a bumpy road. You know what I mean? It just was. But I think the team will slowly start to build. The same way it did for him last year when he took possession of the team halfway through, AP will do it this year too. It won't be halfway through the season. They'll get it. They'll figure it out. But it's going to take a game or two more. Doc, that's funny. It's not the brightest bulb in the circuit, right? Bear, I agree. That pick, he lost confidence. Yeah, it did. It got in his head. I didn't like how he looked. His body language was terrible. I don't want to say that Gardner Minshew's lost belief in himself, but that was what it looked like. It looked like he kind of felt like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Especially when you look back at the tape, he still had the touchdown. He had it with two players. It's just one, it was more dangerous, and the other was Brock Bowers, a star tight end, who if he catches the ball inside the 5, is going to score. That I don't care if there was 5 linebackers in front of him. He would wiggle, get low, jump underneath their legs. He would get like a bar of soap and just squeeze. I'm telling you, Brock Bowers is turning out to be a phenom, man. He is a phenom. If we had decent quarterback play behind this guy, oh my God, we'd be so much better. Well, that's what I have to tell you. That's good, Robert Cortez. As long as we keep Brock Bowers healthy, when we get Michael Mayer back and they could start to mix the two up and add the running game to that, we'll be better. We'll be better. We lost our middle interior defensive player for the year. So Christian Wilkins being out hurts, and it hurts a lot. He's getting surgery. He's out. Now, I think he'll be fine. I like the fact that he's getting the surgery now. That way we know almost 99% he's going to be ready to go by training camp and preseason and all that next year. So we'll have him ready to go, and he'll wreak havoc then again for us. I like that player. Anthony J. Circle, we shouldn't have designed play calls with receivers right by each other or bumping into one another. Either horrible play designs or our receivers don't understand the route trees. It probably is a little bit of both, Anthony J. And I just think that once they start to get some of those things under control, I think that's procedural stuff, though. You know what I mean? And what you say about the wide receivers not getting the route combinations right, they're trying to run those plays where you basically run an X pattern, and you try to get one defender to bump into the other as they cross one another. And whichever receiver gets the cleaner cross usually gets the ball. Or one of them is just the blocker all the way through, and then you're looking for the guy underneath with the clean throw. They did that already quite a bit with Brock Bowers. And now, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you that woman that needs no introduction, but has one of the best in the business, that red-headed lady of rage. Woo! The Mama Bear! And the rumors that she's darkened the red because she got sick of getting hit on by Niner fans is a true story. It was disgusting. And Cardinal fans out here, disgusting. They would go up to her and go, "Cardinal fan?" And Mama Bear would look at him and go, "That was funny. That was funny, mister." No, sorry. But I like the humor. Steven Shaw! Steven Shaw, we just put mail out there for you today, just so you know. I think I said it already, but I wasn't sure if you saw it or were watching when I said it, so I repeat.
This suit turned out better than the first.
Here we go. Oh, look at Steven again. Steven Shaw! Always looking out for a Raider Bear. Hey, look, I'm going to mail your stuff even faster. You're going to keep taking care of me like that. What's up, Tommy? Welcome to the show, Mr. Raider Bear. I really hope we beat the Steelers. If we do, I get all the homemade pizza I want for a week. But if we don't, I have to clean the bathroom and clean the litter box every day for a week for Mommy. Holy moly, Tommy. That is not a good deal. Next time you negotiate for pizza and breadsticks. Okay? Poop is a lot worse. Okay? Pizza, poop. This is not a level playing field. Okay? Your mom's got you working with ammonia and stuff. It's disgusting. Okay? You get breadsticks. Come on, Val. Don't shortchange your boy like that. Ramiro Cash Flow Castro said, "Great show. Appreciate you, brother." Pyro, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you tuning in from YouTube. Please share. Raider Bear, you misunderstood me. I support Pierce, but with Davis not being the brightest bulb in the circuit, it wouldn't surprise me if he let him go. Well, first, I do understand that, Doc, and if I misunderstood you, my bad, but I would say this to you. If Mark Davis does that, it's going to be a long, long time before we see a winner. It's going to be a long, long time because we're wasting Max's career. And Max is loyal. He's here. We love him. He loves us. But is he going to keep feeling that way, or is he going to go the way of Josh Jacobs if we're not legitimately trying to win and build a winner for this guy? You know, it's not good. Mama Bear, what is that your shirt says? Oh, I love that shirt. Who got you that? I don't know.
Bad biatch.
Right?
Soup
Raider Chaos. What's up? Welcome to the show. What?
This soup turned out better than the first one.
Okay. I like that.
It's good.
Yeah, that's my doggy dog. What's up about that? Troy! Yeah! And Corinna! One more time! Hello! All right, Alexa, play Hide by NASA. Woo, that's my jam.
Here's Hide, Trocula's remix by NASA.
Mark Vargas, we do need to pass a lot, but I still do think we can't give up on running the ball. We can't give up on running the ball. We can't just keep banging Zamir White, though. If Zamir ain't got it, you got to sit him down. But you do have to give him a certain amount of snaps. In fact, I'll be honest with you, if we're going to be hard-headed and really be old school like I think we should, you give him most of the first quarter and just leave him out there. Now, do you pull him out every once in a while because you want to throw the ball and you want to put Alexander Madison in those great hands and those great make-you-miss feet he has? You know, he scored our first touchdown of the season. I want him catching that ball out of the backfield more, and I want Dylan Laube on the field. I don't understand what they're doing. Raiders! All right, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force, for all you do. The energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice, active and veteran. Much love. I will be on tomorrow night at 8, Raider Bear family page. Do not miss me. I'm serious. Don't. Look, you miss me, it's going to be an issue. I'm just